I was involved in a silent hit and run situation. Bumpers smashed, the bonnet's dented, the grille's damaged, the light is smashed. I parked my trusty daily Renault Kadjar just down the road from my house, woke up in the morning to find it in this situation. First thing I have to do is claim against the insurance. A lot of people don't understand how insurance works. So in this video, I'm going to explain the entire process of what happened to me and what happened to my Kadjar and why it's back here. What happens in the event of a hit and run when you haven't got the details of the person that caused damage to your vehicle? Some insurance companies deal with it slightly different to others. Some will call it a fault claim, but they won't actually increase your premium because it wasn't technically your fault if you can prove it was a hit and run. Some of them will put it down as a fault claim and you'll lose your no claims bonus and they will put up your premium. So this again comes down to the fact of choosing a reputable insurance company does actually make a difference. There might be a couple of £100 difference in the premium, but believe me, having a reputable company definitely pays off in the case of a hit and run or even a major accident. I contacted my insurance company and they very quickly arranged to collect my vehicle and give me a courtesy car, which I was entitled to, which made me very happy. And I think I got the courtesy car 2 days later, which wasn't too bad considering I contacted them on a weekend. A few weeks went by and I got a phone call from the garage that had been inspecting my car. It was just a courtesy phone call. They were just calling me to say that, in their opinion, the car was probably going to be a write-off based on the fact that the bill had already reached over £5,000 and they hadn't even finished inspecting it yet. The problem is, all these parts, they're ordering from Renault directly. You can buy all these parts either aftermarket or used in good condition, or some of them you can even repair. The bonnet is repairable, for example, which would cost significantly less than buying it from Renault. So that jacks the price up significantly, which is a problem because it means if you like your car and it is a lower value car, there's a very, very high chance it will get written off. I did speak to the insurance company and they did in fact agree, yes, the car was going to be a write-off. They were going to pay out top market value for that car because it was, other than the damage causing the accident, in pristine condition. So they actually paid a very fair amount of money for that car. If you disagree with the price that they're offering, you are well within your rights to argue that, you're well within the rights to challenge that and show them evidence that that's not a realistic price. You can go on Auto Trader, you can go on other outlets and take screenshots and email them to your insurance company and say, hold on guys, that's not a realistic value. That is a very lowball value. This is how much my car is actually worth to buy and I can't find any cheaper than that. They will look back at it and they may well adjust their price accordingly. When it comes to claiming on insurance, there is one tip I can give for absolutely everyone, which is always look at the option of buying your damaged car back. If it's a simple, uneconomical write-off like a Category N, where it's just too expensive to repair, often you can buy it back at an absolute bargain price. It will still be damaged, but it will probably be way cheaper to buy it back and repair it yourself. Or you can sell it as spares and repairs, or you could strip it and sell the parts. For the Kadjar, they wanted £1,000. I know that the engine alone in that car is worth about £1,500. Gearbox is probably £800. Interior, trims, everything else, all the electronics, all the components, the screen, everything's worth money in that car. And if I can be bothered and I have the time and space and tools to do it, it's well worth it for me to just buy that car back, strip it down, sell the parts on eBay and make a small profit. Another really common misconception when it comes to claiming on insurance is that your premium is going to go through the roof. This is not always the case. Sometimes your premium doesn't change at all. Sometimes it only goes up by a very, very menial amount. When you have a large, big cost accident, if you've crashed your Ferrari and caused, £150,000 of damage, or you've knocked the side out of a house, or you've accidentally forgotten to put the handbrake on your Vauxhall Astra and it's rolled down a hill through the Mercedes showroom window. I know someone who actually did that. Then your insurance premium may go up because it's a high value incident. Also, if you've caused permanent or life-changing injuries to somebody, that's a huge outlay for insurance companies that have to pay for medical costs, potentially pay for living costs, modifying their houses, modifying their cars, all sorts of costs involved. So again, that can be extremely high value costs, which may affect your premiums. But for your average fender bender, I wouldn't worry too much. For those people that hit and run the risk of getting a criminal record for not stopping at the scene of an accident, it's really probably not worth it. if I'm totally honest with you. And you pay for your insurance. Use them. You pay for it. You pay for it every year. If you have an accident and your vehicle is damaged, use that service you pay for to sort out your car. Why wouldn't you? It doesn't make sense. You're just giving away money at that point. So what's next for me and my Kadjar? I actually don't know what to do. I have bought it back because it was a no-brainer, like I said. The damage isn't that bad. It needs a new bumper, for sure. It's gonna need, the fog lights probably still work, to be honest with you. It does need a new headlight. This one has actually broken off its mounts. Bonnet can be repaired or possibly replaced, depending on the price. And some silly things like parking sensors and some side trims here need to be replaced. So it's not a huge amount to do. And the car does run and drive perfectly, as you've seen. It could do with a new clutch, but otherwise it's a very good car. So do I sit and repair it, or do I do something interesting with it? But it's just too nice to break. So let me know in the comments, what should I do with the Kadjar? And is there anyone out there that wants to help in repairing this? If I do repair it or do something interesting with it, reach out to me. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say.